Rachel Zegler rushed to the hospital.
Jack Black
as she
humiliates
collapses.
Rachel
Jack
Zegler
explodes.
explodes.
Rachel Zegler loses it after Rachel Zegler finally breaks silence. Rachel Zegler new movie forced to shut down.
You know, I have reason to believe that I think Rachel Zegler was exposed, guys. Anyways, this beautiful, totally not a content farm belongs to the one, the only, Gossip Zone, alright? You want to hear about your favorite celebrity gossip? Look no further than Gossip Zone. They cover everything, and I mean everything, Rachel Zegler related, alright? If Rachel Zegler took a shit today, they probably know, because they're just that honed in on Rachel Zegler, right? That being said, I think the Rachel Zegler milking is a little out of control, alright? Don't get me wrong, I hate Rachel Zegler just as much as the next guy, but this is extreme, alright? Like, this is just straight up a content farm, right? And now they've moved on to Katy Perry, and don't get me wrong, once again, I hate Katy Perry just as much as the next guy, but still, bro, alright? Creating 8 different videos on how The Simpsons destroyed Katy Perry / Rachel Zegler is just insane, dude, alright? And I'm here to talk about it.
Rachel Zegler has just been rushed to the hospital, and the internet is in shock.
This is from the video where Gossip Zone says that Rachel Zegler is fucking dying from stage 87 cancer after being absolutely owned by Sigma Alpha Chad, Jack Black, right? Now, if this wasn't just like the most outrageous, obvious clickbait of all time, alright, maybe I could get past it, but it is, well, like I said, the most outrageous, obvious clickbait of all time, right? Now, alright, she says, the internet's on fire, alright? People are talking about this everywhere. Yet I have not seen a single YouTuber talk about Rachel Zegler collapsing and being sent to the hospital, alright? I don't know what Gossip Zone is on about, but, I think, right, they're doing, like, this forbidden technique called, making shit up.
Sources say the rising Disney star collapsed just hours after a now infamous confrontation with Jack Black that played out in front of stunned insiders. Was it stress? A public humiliation that pushed her past her breaking point? Or something even darker going on behind the scenes?
Or is Gossip Zone just talking out of their ass to generate engagement? You know, somehow I find that my suggestion is more believable because, you know, I don't know a reality where Rachel Zegler collapses after a confrontation with Jack Black, and the internet doesn't light itself on fire, alright? Well, like I said, I follow approximately 8 different drama YouTubers, and not one of them have mentioned a single thing about Rachel Zegler going to the hospital or being in any ill condition. So, who knows, maybe I'm losing it, right? Maybe I'm the crazy one here. But I feel like, you know, Gossip Zone might just, you know, be spreading gossip, right? And by gossip, I mean misinformation.
What we do know is this: the Snow White remake was already spiraling. And now, after a dramatic and very public takedown from one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, everything has exploded into a full-blown crisis.
Alright, so Gossip Zone is talking about this super public confrontation that Rachel Zegler had, and I have not heard a single thing outside of Gossip Zone about this super public confrontation, alright? You know, maybe I'm tripping, right? Maybe I'm losing it.
This isn't just a celebrity meltdown, it's a moment that could define Disney's future. Stay with us, because what really happened between Rachel Zegler and Jack Black might be even more brutal than you imagined, and the consequences? They've only just begun.
You know, I tried to find something relating to Rachel Zegler being sent to the hospital, you know, maybe trying to see if I was the schizo here, you know, maybe I was losing it, right? Maybe I'm the crazy one here, but I couldn't find anything. The only thing that I could find that could possibly be something that relates to this in some way, shape, or form is a cancer scare from 5 years ago, alright? That's not really, you know, recent, considering that this video was about 3 weeks ago, okay? Now, last time I checked, Rachel Zegler having a breast cancer scare 5 years ago is not the same as her being sent to the hospital because she got owned by Sigma Alpha male Jack Black.
Rachel Zegler's Snow White situation has turned into a full-blown Hollywood disaster, with rumors swirling about a confrontation with Jack Black that allegedly pushed the young actress to her breaking point.
Okay, so I tried finding evidence of an argument happening between Jack Black and Rachel Zegler, just to be sure that I'm not a schizo. And I didn't find anything. I found rumors of a fight between the two, but I didn't find anything concrete. So, alright, I'm gonna give Gossip Zone the benefit of the doubt on this one and say that the rumors have some validity to them. That being said, neither Jack Black, Rachel Zegler, or Disney has bothered to comment on this, so take that how you will.
Zegler was supposed to be Disney's golden ticket, cast as Snow White in the live-action remake of the film that literally built the Disney empire.
Okay, they're just doing a whole lot of yapping right now. They're just talking about how shitty the Snow White movie was, and alright, we already know that it was terrible, so I'm just gonna skip forward a little bit to, the real meat and potatoes of the video. Okay, so the meat and potatoes I talked about? Yeah, it turns out it's non-existent, right? I tried to find any part that talks about, like the title of the thumbnail, and aside from like a few sections of the intro, I could not find anything, bro, right? All this movie talks about is just like how much Snow White sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, dude, right? I'm here to talk about how Rachel Zegler collapsed and is on the brink of death after being absolutely roasted by Jack Black, okay? I didn't come here to, hear you say, Snow White is bad, right? You think I haven't heard that opinion from, 18 different people? Jesus Christ, dude.
They can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
What were they up there, 10 minutes? Well, yeah, and I also think it's fun to see somebody who has no self-awareness.
Yeah.
They're always the most fun.
So cringy.
Katy Perry is taking things to a whole new level, and this time it's not about her music. It's about a $200 million lawsuit against none other than The Simpsons creator Matt Groening.
Okay, so this is from a video claiming that Katy Perry is filing a $200 million lawsuit against The Simpsons creator Matt Groening. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is absolutely false, alright bro? There's no way in hell that this is happening because the entire internet would have been ablaze by now, alright? The entire internet would have been on fire. There would have been even more heat coming in Katy Perry's direction, but so far we haven't heard anything of it. And once again, to make sure that I'm not the schizo here, I searched it up online to make sure that, it was false. And, as it turns out, there is no indication online that Katy Perry is suing The Simpsons, alright? Apparently she was target of a few jokes, but, she's not suing The Simpsons and appears to be taking the criticism in strides. So, take that, Slop tubers.
Reason? A recent episode of the show that mocked her involvement with Blue Origin Jeff Bezos' space company. But what exactly did The Simpsons say, and why has it caused such an uproar? Let's dive into the controversy that's shaking up Hollywood and the space industry.
Alright, Gossip Zone claims that this is shaking up Hollywood and the space industry, yet I have not heard or seen a single thing about this outside of Gossip Zone, right? I have not heard a single report about Katy Perry suing Matt Groening. I have not heard anything. I've heard nothing, right? It's all been radio silence. So tell me, man, right? Why are you cosplaying as a Republican on Twitter and spreading misinformation, right? I don't get it.
This legal battle isn't just about one episode. It's about the boundaries of satire and how much power celebrities have in controlling their own public image.
Okay, buddy, who let knockoff Socrates write this script for this? It's not about one episode, it's about the boundaries of criticism and blah 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 blah. Man, shut up, bro. Alright? This is so fake deep, bro. This is so I'm 14 and this is deep core, alright? Because this is so BS, alright? First of all, this is blatant misinformation. Second of all, right, if Katy Perry was suing The Simpsons, she is not suing The Simpsons, but if she was, then it's not like this deep-rooted thing about, you know, like the criticism and the blah 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 and the spickety spookity. No, it's because Katy Perry got butthurt, and that's why she's suing The Simpsons. Alright, she's not right now, but if she was, that would be why. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment of the week status goes to Schnickenpick, who says, "We doing Marvel Rivals background footage now? Also, why'd you scam me on the emojis? Truth be told, I'm not gonna read out the emojis every time. Okay, buddy, I'm only gonna read it out some of the time. Anyways, that marks the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace."